Hello, my friends. I have something that I'm so excited about. I've been waiting forever to get to this because it's a bigger project. And I didn't want you to get the idea that everything we do here is just an overwhelming pain in the butt. And I'm sure there's a more elegant way to say that, and I'm not gonna. So, we've done vinegars here before, but we did fruit vinegars and we did fruit scrap vinegars, which are very, very easy. And they're just very simple to do, and I'm going to show you an update on one of the ones we did because the mother is now thriving in here, and it takes a while. That's not something, because we made those without using a store-bought mother or a culture. We started these from scratch. So they had to go from being a very sweet liquid with the sugar and the fruit that we added into an alcohol, and then they change over to a vinegar. That's a process. And having a mother actually develop is not always guaranteed, but when you've done it enough times, you get to know the good environment that they like, and you get used to it, and then it becomes much easier. So if your first vinegars fail, don't be upset. Don't throw it away. We fix it, okay? So, but the fruit vinegars is one thing, but now it's time for something a little more luxurious. Today we're going to start our series on homemade luxury vinegars. And when you see what we have coming, I'm so excited I'm a little bit beside myself. However, you'll see that coming. I have something that I'm so excited. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm going to show you the version that I already have. I've had for years and years, actually. We still lived in Florida, so my gosh, that was 2013. That's how long I've been making vinegar in this particular item that we have, that I absolutely adore, and I will show it to you in that video. Right now, we're starting at the very beginning of luxury vinegars, and that is with the mother. Okay, so give me a moment. I'm going to get ourselves all set up, and we're going to do it. Okay, so first let's start with, there are two ways that we can get vinegar mother to start any of our vinegar projects. One, we can use a culture that we've already had, and we move it to the next one. You can get one from a friend, or you can do what we did, which is start completely from scratch. That video is already posted. I will show you, I will link it. And then I'm going to show you the little baby mother that's floating around in here. And it's so cute. It is so cute. Anyway, or you can buy vinegar mother. And I'm going to link them for you because when I started doing wine vinegars, I was really unsuccessful in trying to get thriving vinegar mothers from wine. I have no idea. I was following the instructions over and over and over, and I finally gave up because it was becoming absurd. And when I realized I could buy them, well, this is ridiculous. Why am I torturing myself? This was back in 2013, and I have not had to buy vinegar mother since. So that shows you that, you know, if you have to buy it, which I did, I'm not going to lie and say I didn't. That's absurd. We're friends. We don't lie to our friends. My God. So I'm going to turn these around. This is my white wine vinegar. This is my red wine vinegar. If you're wondering why there's paper stuck to the front, it's because what you want to make sure you have is very little light. There is something wiggling around in my glasses. I'm sorry. I'm going to grow up eventually. Not today. So I have a very thick cardstock covering the front, because even though these are on the shelves in the pantry, as we go in and the lights go on and off, I try to protect the vinegar and the mothers as much as I can. So I block with very thick cardstock, and it's just taped on there with painter's tape. We're not even making any pretense. I mean, this is as bootleg is going to get, but it does the job. I didn't feel compelled to invest in another one of the things I have there, because when I tell you what that one costs, you're going to understand why I only have one. So what you see here, let me move to the side here. What we see here, these are vinegar mothers, and they're laying all on top of each other, and they just continue to produce. Okay, I hope you saw me there. They are made out of cellulose, and they are naturally occurring. I don't know if you may have heard of a drink called kombucha, and that starter has a very similar look, and it's called a SCOBY. And the first time I saw a SCOBY, to me, it looked like something like an alien from some other planet might have left in an air sickness bag. It was gross. What I just said was gross. I'm having one of those days. I'm sorry. It's a really odd looking little creature, but it's important, and it thrives if you give it what it needs. Okay, so this, I'm going to start by showing you. Let me see, oh, he fell down. Okay, he's all the way, I'm going to bring the camera over, turn around, It's this little circle right here. Let me get it. Let me see if I can, oh, there you are. It's a baby, it's a newborn. I sound ridiculous. That's okay. Whoop. Let's see. Can you see that? That round right there. That there is a newborn vinegar mother, and that's in our pear vinegar that we made in that first video. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera back. No, you know what, while I'm here. This hot mess are several vinegars. Now, over time, I fish them out and I use them for other things. But you see, I mean, they just keep piling on, and we're gonna fish that one out because we're gonna kickstart another just so I can show you the process. And here in the red wine, same deal. Now, you siphon off your vinegar and you just keep going. Okay, but I'm gonna show you this process in 2 new jars. Okay, hold on just a minute, I'll put the camera back. So what we're looking at here, when a new mother is formed, it forms right at the surface where the oxygen is hitting just the top of our vinegar. And it forms right there at that line. And as it matures, it sinks. Okay, these are just a naturally occurring bacteria, and they create the fermentation that allows us to go from the sugar to the alcohol to the vinegar. And as long as you continue to add vinegar and the occasional bit of water to keep from having it be too strong, and I'm going to give you everything. In the printable, I give you every piece of information I think you could possibly ask for making fancy vinegar. Just so you know, in the series, we're going to be making red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, sherry vinegar, rice wine vinegar, and fig vinegar. And these are absolutely worth your time. Now, these are a project. You're going to need a little bit of room on a shelf, and these are your babies, and we're going to love them. But when you taste the end result, you'll understand why it's worth your time. So, over here, I have dry white wine, dry red wine. We've got very, very clean jars. We've got a bowl, and we've got a tool that we're going to use to fish out the mothers so I can show you how to kickstart a new jar. Let us get all set up, and we'll be right back. If you're going to buy a vinegar mother, which I kind of do recommend for the wines because it is complicated, it can be very, very frustrating. I am just a dog with a bone. If you don't have the patience like I do to create mayhem, I recommend you buy it, because at the end of the day, I tried and I still bought it. Now, that was in 2013, so you only have to buy it once. They're not particularly expensive, if I recall correctly. It's been many, many years since I've looked. But I'm going to link, I believe they probably still have the ones I got. I'm going to link as close as I can, if not the exact ones that I have. It arrives in a little zip pouch. It arrives just like this, a little blob, much smaller than these. And it arrives with a bit of the vinegar in it. And that bit of vinegar that arrives with it keeps it alive and keeps it safe for travel. And you add it to the jar, just like we're going to do right now. So there's virtually no difference between what we're about to do, except you'll be using your sample. Instead of fishing it out of a jar, you're going to be using it from the box you got from shipping. Okay, so now you have to use very, very, very clean tools. It's important. These have been through the dishwasher on a very high setting. Now I'm going to fish out. Come here, darling. Let's get a nice one. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you closer, don't worry. These are so gross. Ah, there we go. We got a nice one. Hey, and they're slippery. They're slippery little buggers. But I want to make sure I got enough. Come back. There you are. That's plenty. Okay. Now, don't put your wine away or your vinegar away, because we still have to get some of the vinegar out of here. So I just want to bring you closer. In fact, I'll grab it this way. This is what this looks like. I mean, as I said, it looks like something an alien left in an air sickness bag. However, this is surprisingly powerful. Okay, so we'll go on to the next step. Just a moment. Now in a very, very clean jar, we're going to add the Vinegar Mother that either you're using from your package that you bought, or that you were able to start in one of your other vinegars. Now, I do not use apple cider vinegar starter for wine vinegar. I tried that as well. It failed. And so it has to be a vinegar, a starter that is for wine vinegar. Now, using an apple cider vinegar mother works in almost every other vinegar, except in my experience, wine. So that's why I'm really trying to tell you, I just don't want you to be frustrated and not enjoy the process, because it's awesome. Okay, so now we've got dry white wine. It has to be dry white wine. You don't want to add anything sweet, like a Sauterne or anything like that. We don't want that. I'm using Sauvignon Blanc. I always use Sauvignon Blanc. And we always drink Sauvignon Blanc. So if you have extra wine as as you're going through your life, and you didn't drink the whole bottle, you've got some left over for the next day. If you're not going to cook with it that day, put it into your vinegar. No waste. So now we're going to reach in here and we're going to grab, oh, that smells amazing every time. We're going to grab some of our vinegar, and there's still mother floating around in it because I was pretty disruptive in there. And then the dry white wine. Okay, I'm going to close this. Now, one of the things that's important is that this sample be able to breathe. It's going to try and form its own mother. So we absolutely don't want to see, we're able to seal this at this point because there's so much activity in here. I can't stop the mothers from forming in here. And I have this where there's a little bit of air in here. Now, I will warn you that vinegars tend to try to attract fruit flies, and they can be a bit of a menace. So I warn you in advance, please don't hate me, but they will move in and be your roommates. If you find, we've tried all sorts of ways to deal with them, and frankly, all I've ever been really truly successful with is being mean to them. And by mean, I mean like I call them names and I say bad words. Doesn't help a bit, but it's true. Give me one moment. Now the problem with cheesecloth is that as tight as your weave can be, fruit flies manage to get through it for me. So I use 2 double folded over high quality paper towel, and I use a rubber band. Air gets through, but most of the time I'm able to keep the fruit flies out. 100% of the time, no, but most of it. Okay, so we're going to set that aside, and we're going to do the exact same thing with our red wine. Give me a moment, and we're going to set up. Okay, so now we've got our red wine set. Come to the side here. The red wine mothers, for whatever reason, are stronger, meaning they don't fall apart as readily as the white wine ones. That's always been the case. I've never found it not to be. I don't know why. Stick that in the sink. Let me get you closer. Do you see that? That's gross. It just is. But it's a powerhouse, and we love it. So we're going to take, oh, the vinegar smells so, you haven't smelled incredible vinegar until you've had homemade red wine vinegar, or any of these, to be perfectly honest. The flavor is massive in comparison. These are not commercially made. These have had all the time in the world to become wonderful. Look at the color. That stuff you get for $4 at the store, it doesn't look like this. Oh gosh. I use this to finish sauces. I use this to make marinades. I use this obviously for making dressings. Use it just a tiny little bit to float on top of, in place of lemon or something like that, when you need that little bit of citrus at the end of a very, very rich dish, and you're looking for that little bit of acid. Let's start to look at our vinegars. There are some incredible vinegars that suit that job beautifully. One of the places I can tell you 100%, beans. If you braised a pot of beautiful beans, and beans are very earthy, and you've added all those beautiful flavors, and they've been cooking for hours, but they need that little lift at the end, vinegar. And I don't mean white vinegar. Okay, so now we've got our wine, we've got our vinegar, we've got our mother. So in here is not just the mother that we put here, but the vinegar that we added also has a lot of that live bacteria that's going to start eating this fresh wine that we're putting in. Same deal. Now when we're doing sherry, rice, and fig, those start differently. So for this particular video, we're starting with red wine and white wine because I want to give you the chance to get some of the mothers going. I don't want to continue and then you're really far behind. So I wanted to start with these because these are the easiest to get. And then we're able to use the mothers from here for all the rest. That's the reason for it. When you see what you're able to produce at home with fermentation, natural fermentation, these cultures that they live with us, they're like our roommates. I mean, my sourdough starter's name is Margot. She's been with us since 2014, Margot. And I mean, she's moved with us. When she moves with us, we bring her in the car. We don't even allow her on the truck. I can't even imagine putting her on the truck. When we moved with these, we had them all packaged up, bubble wrapped, and they were in the car with us. I mean, we bring our pets and our starters. I know that sounds weird, but if you're gonna live this lifestyle, be prepared to have very odd roommates. In the printable that I've included for you, it's a big one. I warn you, it's 6 pages, I believe. Everything you could possibly want to know about starting a wine vinegar is in there. How to kickstart it, how to start a fresh jar, what to do if you buy one. It's all here. I wanted to make sure everything was available so that we can start here and then go. Because when you try homemade fig vinegar, we're going to be best friends. I am so happy to start this project with you. And when you see now I warn you in advance, what we're bringing in is an example of how far you can take it if you fall in love with this project. This works perfectly. A jar like this works perfectly. I've used it for many, many years. I have a much older vinegar in the other, and I will show that in the next video because it doesn't make sense now because we're showing mothers. But when you see what I have coming in, you may fall in love with the entire process of making wine vinegars, sherry, rice wine, all the things, and you may want some of the special tools. So I brought in special tools. So we're going to start from the bottom at beautiful jars. I mean, this is a beautiful jar, and we're going to take it all the way up to something really cool. I hope you love this. Please try it. I'm going to get everything set up for you. I hope we meet back here again soon for the next episode and we have a ball. This is a project that's going to take us a while, but we're going to have fun the entire time. I love you. I'll see you next time.